Here is something that happens to every English learner. You meet a new word. You look it up. Ah, now I understand it. You feel good. And then, a week later, you meet that same word again, and it is completely gone. You cannot remember what it means. So you look it up again and feel a little foolish and a little hopeless. If this is you, please hear this. You are not bad at English and your memory is not broken. Forgetting is not broken. Forgetting is not a failure. It is simply how the human brain works. The good news is, once you understand how memory actually works, you can work with it, instead of against it. Let's learn how to make English words finally stick. Imagine your memory as a bucket, but a bucket with small holes in the bottom. You keep pouring new words in, and they keep slowly leaking out. Most learners respond by pouring faster. More words, more lists, more apps. But the bucket still leaks. Today, instead of pouring faster, we are going to learn how to seal the holes. 7 methods to help the words you learn actually stay. None of them are about studying harder. They are about studying the way your brain was built to learn. First, forgetting is normal, so stop blaming yourself. Your brain is not a hard drive that saves everything. It is more like a careful gardener who keeps the plants you use and quietly removes the ones you ignore. When you learn a word and never see it again, your brain makes a sensible decision. This must not be important, so let it go. That is not a flaw. It is your brain protecting you from a million useless details. So the problem was never your memory. The problem is that the word never got a second chance to prove it mattered. Once you stop feeling ashamed of forgetting, you can start using the methods that actually keep words alive. So this week, change how you talk to yourself. When you forget a word, do not say, "I am hopeless at English." Say instead, "My brain just needs to see that one again." Forgetting is not the end of learning, it is a normal part of it. Each time you meet a word again, it grows a little deeper roots. Second, learn words in chunks, not alone. We are taught to learn one word at a time, like single bricks in a pile. But words do not live alone, they live in groups. Native speakers do not think word by word, they think in chunks, little blocks of words that go together. Make a decision, take a break, heavy rain, a strong accent. If you learn only the single word decision, you still have to guess which words go around it. But if you learn the whole chunk, make a decision, you get the word in its natural home all at once. Chunks are how fluent speakers actually store language. Learn the block, not just the brick. So when you meet a new word, do not write down the word alone. Write down the whole phrase you found it in. Not just commit, but commit to a plan. Not just rain, but the rain is pouring. Collect chunks, like little ready-made pieces. Then when you speak, you do not build from single bricks. You snap together whole blocks you already know. Third, learn from context, not from lists. A word on a vocabulary list is like a fish out of water. It has no life, no story, nothing to hold on to, so it slips away. But a word you meet inside a story, a video, a real conversation, arrives wrapped in meaning. You remember where you saw it. You remember how it felt, what was happening, who said it. That web of connections is exactly what your memory holds on to. This is why you can remember a word from your favorite show for years, but forget a word from a list in a day. The show gave the word a home. The list gave it nothing. So get most of your new words from things you actually enjoy in English. A show, a song, a book, a channel you love. When a word stands out, keep it together with the moment you met it. The scene, the sentence, the feeling. You are not memorizing a word, you are remembering a small, living moment, and the word comes along for free. Fourth, review just before you forget. This is the single most powerful trick for memory, and it has a name. Spaced repetition. Here is the idea. Every time you are about to forget a word, and you review it right at that moment, the memory gets much, much stronger. Review too early, and you waste effort on a word you still know. Wait too long, and it is gone completely. But catch it right at the edge of forgetting, again and again, and the word moves from this leaks out in a day, to this stays for years. You do not need more reviews. You need them spaced out, at the right moments. A word seen 5 times across 2 weeks beats a word seen 50 times in one night. So review your words on a spaced schedule. See a new word today, again tomorrow, then a few days later, then a week, then a month, each review at a longer gap. Simple flashcard apps can do this spacing for you automatically. Or just keep a small notebook and revisit the older pages a little at a time. Space it out, and the words quietly become permanent. Fifth, use the word. Do not just read it. There is a big difference between recognizing a word and being able to use it. Reading a word again and again builds weak, passive memory. You know it when you see it, but it will not come when you need it. Using a word is completely different. When you put a word into your own sentence, your brain has to work to pull it out, and that effort is exactly what burns it into memory. A word you have spoken or written in your own real sentence is a word that is becoming yours. A word you have only read is still just visiting. So for every word you really want to keep, make one sentence of your own. Not an example from the dictionary. A true sentence about your life. Use the word in a message to a friend. Say it out loud about your own day. The moment a word leaves your own mouth or your own pen, it stops being someone else's word and starts becoming part of you. Sixth, connect new words to pictures and feelings. Your brain did not evolve to remember plain text. It evolved to remember images, places, emotions, and stories. So a word stored as plain text is weak. But a word connected to a vivid picture or a strong feeling is strong. When you learn a word, take one extra second and see it. Make a little picture in your mind. The stranger, funnier, or more emotional. The picture, the better it sticks. A word tied to a silly image or a real memory has many hooks to hang on. A word stored as dry text has nothing to hold it, and it slides away. So when a word really matters, close your eyes for a second and make a quick mental picture of it. Exaggerate it. Make it move. Make it strange. Make it funny. Or tie the word to a real moment from your own life. You are giving the word hooks so that later, when you reach for it, there is something there to grab. Seventh, and finally, a few words remembered beats. Many words forgotten. There is a quiet pressure in learning English. Learn more words, faster, thousands of them. So we rush through long lists and remember almost none of them. But fluency is not built from words you half saw once. It is built from words you truly own. It is far better to deeply learn 10 words this week and keep all 10 than to race through 100 and keep 5. Slow down, than to race through 100 and keep 5. Learn fewer words, but learn them properly, with chunks, context, use, and pictures. A small vocabulary that you actually own will carry you further than a huge one that keeps leaking away. So this week, choose just a small handful of words that you really want, maybe 5, maybe 10, and give them everything. The chunk, the context, your own sentence, a vivid picture, and a few spaced reviews. At the end of the week, you will still have them. And 10 words that stay forever are worth far more than 100 that quietly disappear. So, let's gather it together. Forgetting is normal, so stop blaming yourself. Learn words in chunks, not alone. Learn from context, not from lists. Review just before you forget. Use the word. Do not just read it. Connect words to pictures and feelings. And remember, a few words kept beats, many words lost. Learning English vocabulary was never about having a perfect memory. It is about giving each word a reason to stay and a few chances to prove it matters. Be patient with yourself. Your brain is not failing you. It is just waiting for you to learn the way it was built to learn. Learn fewer words, love them more, and watch how many of them finally stay. And here is one last gentle reminder. Building a vocabulary in another language is not like filling a warehouse. It is much more like growing a garden. You cannot pull a plant up to make it grow faster, and you cannot force a word to stick by sheer effort. You plant it, in context. You water it, by using it. You give it sunlight, by meeting it again and again over time, and then you are patient. Some words take root quickly, others need many seasons. But slowly, almost without noticing, your garden fills in. One day you reach for a word you once kept forgetting, and there it is, waiting for you, finally yours. So be patient, and be gentle with yourself. The words are growing, even on the days you cannot see it. And remember this. Every fluent speaker you admire was once exactly where you are right now, forgetting words, looking them up again, and quietly trying once more. They did not have a better memory than you. They simply kept going, gently, one word at a time, until the words became their own. So can you. Be patient, keep meeting your words, and trust the slow, quiet work of remembering. If this helped you, hit subscribe and like. It really helps the channel. Take care of yourself this week. Take care of yourself this week.